Two restaurants sit on the same street and one has 12 reviews. The worst one has 200 and gets found first every single time. Today you build the system that closes that gap. Owners pay around $300 to set this up, plus a monthly fee. This is education, not financial advice. By the end, you will know the trigger, the delay, the message, and price. Welcome to Moolah IQ, where we make personal finance, investing, and trading simple. Picture a client checking their map ranking and finding themselves at the top. This is build 4 of 5, and step 4 is where your judgment shows. According to a Bright local survey, roughly 9 in 10 happy customers never leave a review. Step 1. Grab the link that opens the review box. This applies to any business with a Google business profile, which is most of them. If the business has not claimed their profile yet, stop and claim it first. Every claimed profile carries a short link that opens the Write a Review box directly. No searching, no scrolling, one tap straight to the stars. That link lives inside their business profile dashboard under the sharing options. Copy it once and it powers the whole build. Save it in the client folder so you never hunt for it again. Some dashboards bury it under a button labeled Ask for Reviews. Paste it somewhere safe because you will use it in 3 separate places. You know this step is done when you tap the link on your own phone. The review box should open in under 2 seconds. Fewer taps means more finished reviews, and that's the entire game. Every extra tap loses roughly a fifth of the people who meant to help. Search results, sign-in screens, and scrolling all cost you finished reviews. Google's own help pages report that review count and score feed local ranking, and ranking drives customers. Think about the last time a business asked you for a review. It was probably a line on a receipt you had already folded into your pocket. You meant to do it, and then you drove home and forgot. The owner never knew and the review never happened, and nothing about that was your fault. One link changes that, because the ask arrives when your hands are free. Same customer, same goodwill, but now the path is 2 seconds long. Time, that's the difference between hoping for reviews and collecting them. Step 2. Build the trigger that knows a job is finished. Do this after the link is saved and never before. A trigger without a link fires a message that goes nowhere useful. Use a Google Sheet the business already understands, 1 row per customer. Almost every owner has used a spreadsheet, and almost none has used an automation tool. Give it 4 columns, name, phone number, service date, and a status column. Keep those names short and lowercase, because a typo costs you an evening. In Make, over at make.com, add the Watch Rows trigger. The moment a status flips to complete, the scenario wakes up holding that customer. It carries the name and the number, which is everything the message needs. If the client already runs the no-show system from Build 3, connect this to that sheet instead. Same doorbell, different door, and one less thing for the owner to learn. One sheet feeding 2 builds is also easier for you to maintain. You know this step works when you flip a test row and the scenario fires. Watch the run history until you see your own name arrive. Everything that follows reads from that single row, so get it right first. Open that sheet and look at it for a moment. Every owner already understands a spreadsheet, whether they run a salon or a garage. A dentist will never open a scenario editor to check on anything. She will absolutely open a sheet, see today's names, and trust what she sees. Show her that sheet on day 1, and the monthly fee stops feeling abstract. She can watch the rows fill in without ever asking what a scenario is. 2 builds running now, and neither one needs anybody awake. Reviews are the one result a client can watch climb week after week. That number sits on Google where the owner already checks it obsessively. Step 3. Add the delay, then send the ask. Turn this on only after the trigger has run clean for a full day. A review request firing on a job that never happened will embarrass your client. Set the delay to 2 or 3 hours after the status flips. Under an hour feels pushy, and past a day the visit has already faded. Long enough that they're home and settled, soon enough that the visit still feels warm. Then send one short message by text or by email carrying the link. Write the wording once per client, in the owner's own voice, with an assistant helping you draft. Something like this: "Thanks for choosing us. A quick Google review would mean the world." Warm, short, and no pressure anywhere in it. Anything colder reads like a debt collection notice, and people ignore those. Because this sends texts, the rule from Build 1 still applies. Register the client's number for business messaging before a single message goes out. Include the opt-out line in every message you send. Skipping registration gets your clients' messages blocked by the carriers. You know this step is done when a test row produces a text within 3 hours. Tap the link from that message and watch the review box open. Sit and watch one full cycle before you trust it with real customers. Reminders are the part that does the heavy lifting here. Most happy customers who never review simply were never asked at the right moment. They liked the haircut, they meant to say so, and then Tuesday happened. A warm message at the right hour is not a nag, it's a door held open. Picture a plumber packing up a van when that thank you lands in his customer's pocket. One tap, 30 seconds, and a stranger just improved somebody's ranking. Nobody had to beg and nobody had to be chased. That's the whole product, and it runs on a sheet and a clock. Step 4, add the sentiment gate and build the honest version. Turn this on once the basic ask has run for a week. This is the step that separates you from everyone else selling this service. Instead of sending the review link straight away, the first message asks one question. How did we do today 1 to 5? Customers who answer 4 or 5 get the Google link automatically. Customers who answer 1, 2, or 3 route straight to the owner instead. That owner picks up the phone and fixes the problem while it's still fixable. An unhappy customer who gets a call often becomes the loudest fan later. Be completely honest with your client about how this works. The owner sees every single response, including the 1s and the 2s. Nothing is hidden, nothing is buried, and no sentiment is ever faked. This is service recovery, which means catching a problem and keeping the customer. The dishonest version of this gate hides complaints and eventually burns the business. It burns you along with it because your name is on the invoice. Google has removed listings over review manipulation and the client loses everything. Build the honest one and explain it plainly in the sales conversation. That explanation alone will earn you more trust than any demo ever could. Owners have been burned by agencies before, and honesty is rarer than skill. You know this step is done when a test 3 routes to the owner. Then send a test 5 and watch the review link arrive instead. Now go and test the whole path end to end. Add yourself as a completed job, wait out the delay, tap the link, change the status, trigger the gate, send both a high score and a low one. When every branch fires without you touching anything, the build is finished. Your assignment this week takes about 10 minutes. Pick one local business you actually like that has under 30 reviews. Find their busier competitor on the map and screenshot both listings. 12 reviews against 200, sitting side by side on one screen. Put the 2 counts side by side and say nothing else. That single image is the most persuasive sales asset you will ever make. It costs you nothing, and it makes the problem impossible to argue with. Grab the link, watch the sheet, wait 3 hours, ask once, and route the unhappy ones privately. Subscribe because the next build is the quote chaser and it recovers jobs lost to silence. Which local business that you love is buried on the map right now? The businesses that win are rarely the ones doing better work. They're the ones that remember to ask every single time. This is Moolah IQ, helping you increase your financial IQ, one wise decision at a time. 4 of these running for one client is a real monthly income. And not a windfall, and not overnight, but a number the owner can watch climb. Next week we go after the quotes that went quiet.